Buongiorno, oggi facciamo la pasta amatriciana. That's about as far as my Italian goes, but today we're gonna make pasta amatriciana. So let's make it, eat it, try it. It's one of the four Roman pasta dishes. Real simple, all you need is about 4 or 5 ingredients. Let's get to cooking. All of this can be made in just one pot. Doesn't have to be this fancy pants pot, but it's really helpful. And I love using it because it makes me feel fancy. But like I said, you don't need expensive fancy things to be a good cook. I promise you. We just got this as like our housewarming gift. Anyways, let's begin cooking. So remember I said all you need is a few ingredients. So for those of you who are visual learners, this is all you need. Black pepper, pepe. Pecorino cheese, pecorino from Whole Foods. Pasta can be a little versatile. Traditionally, you would want to use bucatini, which is, it looks like spaghetti, but it has like a hole through it. So imagine like a straw. And the reason you want this is because the sauce gets all up in the holes. And yeah, there's just flavor in every bite. Crushed tomatoes or just tomato sauce. I'm using this passata because that's what we had, but if you have crushed tomatoes, that's fine too. You don't have to overthink it. Traditionally, just have some plain red tomato sauce, I guess. But again, use what you got. I'm very big about using what you have. Don't go out and spending a lot of money. But where you will might spend a little bit of money is on the guanciale, which is the pig cheek. This is what you really want to use. This has a really nice salty flavor. It is a bit pricey, so next level down, pancetta. Also salty, also very fatty, very good. And lastly, you could use bacon. Don't come at me, Italians, but you could use bacon. Like I said, use what you have and what you could afford. You shouldn't miss out on good food because of a price. You know, there's always an alternative. And for those of you who do not eat pork, totally fine. There's a thing called beef bacon, which you probably have heard of. You can use that too. Again, not traditional, not saying it's traditional. I'm just trying to give you guys options. And then a little bit of salt and then water. That's it. These guys back in the day, they didn't have a lot to work with, so they had to use what they had. Pasta, which was cheap. Pig's pieces, pig cheek, which was cheap. Tomatoes, cheap. So you put it all together. They were geniuses. Now we cook. All right, so you're gonna start with with a cold pan or pot and go in with your guanciale. No oil, no nothing. The reason you want to use a low flame is to really render out the fat from the guanciale. You want it to slowly release all the fat because that fat is flavor, and that fat flavor is gonna flavor. Oh, I didn't know if it was recording. That fat flavor is gonna flavor your red sauce. So be a little patient. If you don't have patience, just go ahead, go for it on medium-high heat. But I got a little bit of time, so we're gonna do that. Let the fat really render out. Get all tasty. So right about now, the kitchen smells delicious. If you can't smell it, well, you guys need to pay for that upgrade. But the guanciale is starting to get a little crispy. Just move it around, keep letting the fat render. And like I said, it's really just patience game here. But right about now, it's been about 5 or 6 minutes. You can start to drop your pasta in some water. You gotta make use of your time. You can start to boil your water. And at the same time, start to grate your pecorino cheese. I love this noise. Oh yeah. Don't forget to salt your water pretty heavily. You know, they say to salt your water to the point where it's salty like the ocean, right? Fantastic. But like, who's gonna salt their water? I mean, I guess you can do it before it starts to boil, so maybe I answered my own question. Never mind. Forget I even said anything. That won't even make the video. I'm just gonna get one of the guanciales here so you guys can get an idea that it's looking nice and crispy. Oh yeah, look at that. This is one of the best pastas in the world. One of my favorite pastas ever. And it's just so simple. And like I said, you don't need a whole lot of ingredients. I gave you guys some alternatives just in case you don't want pork, just in case you can't find guanciale. So don't be shy. This is very doable. I'm gonna grind the pecorino cheese off camera, but I'm just letting you guys know you want it to be super fine. So like grind it on the finest setting on your grinder. I always just want to see what the inside looks like. Wow. But yeah, the finest setting. All right, I'll be back. So just to show you guys, this is what it's looking like. Really nice and fine, just like you. All right, so most of the guanciale is just about cooked. I'm gonna take out a good little spoonful just for garnish, and the rest can stay. Just about that much. You don't need to take out too much. You don't even need to do it, but I'm just gonna garnish it afterwards. But the guanciale is pretty much cooked. At this point, you're dropping in your tomato sauce. Oh yeah. And Mama always said don't waste no food. And there's some tomato sauce still in there, so you're gonna put some water in there, give it a shake, and let that go in there too, so we don't waste none of it. All right, now we're cooking. The guanciale is pretty salty already, so you don't need to add too much salt. Also, a little tip, if the guanciale left too much oil in your pan and you don't want all that oil, totally fine. Instead of pouring it out, which could be a pain, get a paper towel and just kind of drag it along inside and it'll absorb some of the fat. And then just be careful taking it out, obviously. But yeah, that's kind of a little tip you could do to get rid of some of the fat. If you don't want it, totally fine. Like I said though, fat is flavor, so proceed with caution if you do that. So we're gonna let this simmer on about a medium for about 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes. Boo! Good time to remind you guys, I have not said like, subscribe, comment. I feel like I say it too much sometimes, but I just want to remind you guys, like, subscribe, comment. I appreciate you guys joining me on this cooking, travel, fashion journey. Love you guys, appreciate it. Let's keep cooking. Forgot to add, before you start letting it simmer, just a little pinch of salt. The guanciale is already pretty salty. Don't need to go crazy on the salt. Fresh ground black pepper. Maybe about a tablespoon, maybe a little less. And then this is optional. The optional part is the red pepper flakes. That might turn it into like an arrabbiata, which is like a spicy red sauce pasta, but optional, adds a little heat. I'm not gonna do it this time, I'm gonna keep it traditional. I'm just letting you guys know at home, if you got it and you like a little heat, go ahead. Remember, this is your recipe, this is your home. I know this is traditional and I'm trying to keep it traditional, but I mean, there's no recipe police except for the comments online that come for you when you get something wrong and accidentally call cabbage lettuce, but it was actually cabbage. Let's keep cooking. All right, now we're cooking. Getting ready to drop the pasta. Like I said, bucatini. Drop that baby in. Do not break it, or the Italian grandmas, nonnas will come after you. So it says cooking according to package instructions, 9 to 11 minutes. So I'm cooking for about 10. I'm gonna put it in the sauce and let it finish cooking in there so it absorbs a lot of flavor. It absorbs flavor. It absorbs flavor. 10 minuti. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes. Pasta is al dente. If it doesn't feel fully cooked, you can keep cooking it. That's totally fine. Or just throw it up against the wall is what they used to do back in the day, apparently. Oh. But I'm gonna, well, I think it feels pretty good actually. Almost there. I'm gonna give it one more minute. They were right about that, 11 minutes. Hello, Lassie. All right, what you're gonna do is transfer it directly into the red sauce. It's okay if a little bit of water comes in. You want that starchy water. It's gonna, I think, emulsify, is that the word? I don't know. It's gonna emulsify the sauce, make it a little more creamy. So do not worry if a little bit of pasta water gets in there. So let's give it a shot without me burning myself. Each other. And we go directly in. Oh yeah.
It smells really good.
I'm making a YouTube video. Here, try a new. It's on my cutting board.
Salty?
Yeah.
No, it's good. Perfectly
Perfect,
cooked.
right? Yeah.
I got these little belts.
Cool.
Sour belts. 80% less sugar.
Hey everybody, this is my fiance Dina here. Dina, you have anything to say to the people at home?
I tried to buy a mocktail today, and I didn't have my ID on me, and they tried to deny me service. I said, come on, I'm 32 years old trying to buy a mocktail. They accepted my birthday after that.
You hear that? That's 30-year-old problems. Anyways, this pasta looks incredible. Like it has the beautiful texture I'm always looking for. Wow. So, pasta is cooking. You can reserve a little bit of the pasta water if you want. Maybe like a quarter cup, half a cup. You might not use it. It really just depends how thick or thin you want your sauce. Right now it's pretty thick. I like it thick. Dina, you like it thick or you want it a little more thin?
The sauce?
Yeah.
Is there a medium option?
I don't know, I guess.
Whatever you like.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, so the pastas, I'll put a little bit of pasta water. Just a little bit. Just to kind of break it up. And then you're gonna go in with that pecorino cheese. Don't use all of it. You're just gonna use this to help it make it creamy. And then you're gonna finish with you're gonna finish the rest of it to garnish your pasta. And then just give it a nice toss. Leave the heat on like a medium, not a medium. Leave the heat on like a low simmer. The pasta's still cooking in the sauce, so do not worry. You don't want to overcook it, but right now it's looking so beautiful. As an added bonus, I am making a steak that I'm reverse searing. Can I take this out? I know it looks really gross, but that's what reverse searing gets you.
I looked at it, I was like, yeah, that looks gross.
I used the probe. It looks pretty gross, not gonna lie. Like, I wouldn't eat this if they served this to me like this. But now it's okay because it's cooked inside and then you're just gonna give it a crust on the outside. That is done. Final steps is get your favorite bowl. Get a good scoop of your pasta. Garnish with a few pieces of the guanciale that we got earlier. Some of that pecorino cheese. And some fresh cracked pepper. And you're done.
Wow, that looks so yummy. I cannot wait to eat it.
Oh, I need to give you a fork, huh?
Oh.
Oops.
Oh, God.
Come sit over here. Good lighting.
Bon appetito. Mmm. That's really good.
Bene? How much would you pay for it?
$14.
14? Mm-hmm. We're in Italy, right? Not in America, because in America that's like 25 bucks. Mm-hmm. All right, tell them to like, subscribe, comment, and send them away.
Come and like, comment, and subscribe at my channel, where Dina eats.
My house. All right, guys, thanks for watching. This is another cooking video. This is Cooking Diaries episode 6 or 7. I don't even remember.
Here's my mocktail, a margarita.
I don't remember anymore, guys. We're gonna go eat dinner. Thanks for watching. Peace.